now. Where'd all these cars come from? What the hell? Be gone. I don't think saying be gone to other vehicles is really a productive way to get through traffic, but it makes you feel better, you know? Well, I hope everyone's doing well this Saturday morning. Well, guess what? As my friend Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival likes to say, we're all going to die Wednesday, but we're not dead. So, hey, Teresa, good morning. I'm glad you made it. Completely off schedule live again. You're going to see live streams the next few weeks from hotels. You might even catch one from Las Vegas, which would be very cool. Hey, Coffee. Hey, Southern Tier. Hey, Devil Dog. What's going on? So, you were quick. Damn, Teresa, you were quick. In any case, I think everyone's done. All my friends. Hudson doesn't go on in the morning. I think Trent's done, or he's going to be done shortly, because he's usually done by now. I think an Angry Prepper usually is late Saturdays. NY Prepper is 24-hour news cycle, so, he's on his own schedule. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody. I'm not stepping on anyone. What state are you driving? So I'm actually, I'm going to be flying everywhere this month. So I've got a surprise 36-hour trip across Texas. So I got to fly in the night before, do my presentation, get up in the morning, put on my suit, go to corporate, present. Then I got to work on a contract that's due that night. Then get in the airplane at 8, arrive at midnight back home, or get in the airport at 8, get at midnight back home, get up, start on the next project at 6 in the morning, and then I'm going to take a vacation, hopefully. And then when I come back, I have to fly to 2 different cities in the following week and a half. So it'll be like, I'll be everywhere. Hey, Vision. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Good morning, Rage, and everyone else. So yeah, I'm going to be all over the place. It'll be fun. The nice thing is the company pays for that, so I don't have to kill myself doing it. But as far as this weekend's preps, and I'm just sharing this with you, because my location, unlike, say, Houston or Ohio or Louisiana, where you have natural water sources that you may need to filter and purify, once you get west of like Abilene and San Angelo, pretty much all the way to El Paso, there's not a lot of rivers, right? There are reservoirs and there's some lakes, but there's not a lot of stuff. And so having stored water is important because there are no natural sources. Whereas down in Houston, I had a 50-50 mix. I had filtering capacity, plus I had stored. Out here, the filter's no good. You can't filter sand and get water. You can't filter the dirt and get water. Although technically you can cut open a cactus and get water. But anyway, so having E-I-E-I-O, what? Have a water filter. So yeah, out here I actually have extra storage. So I use, those blue cubes. I would give an Amazon link, and support the channel and all that. It's cheaper at, not Academy. Academy's more expensive. Oh, shit. Was it Walmart or Harbor Freight? I found them somewhere stupid. And I'm like, oh, damn, those are like $8 less. So yeah. If you're going to do the water cubes, I wouldn't stack them more than 2 or 3 high, because then they get unmanageable. But I would get a set of them. And what I did, you're supposed to put a certain amount of bleach in the water to at least prevent it from getting green and mold and whatnot. Bougie coffee this morning. But I keep forgetting what it is. And if you have no power, you won't be able to look it up. So I actually printed the CDC and the FEMA guidelines for how much pure bleach goes into how much water. It's like a chart, and it gives you like 1 quart, 1 gallon, 5 gallons, 40 gallons, whatever, and then it gives you the percentage, how many tablespoons and teaspoons. So I actually printed it, and laminated it and stuck it to all of my water containers. So now I don't have to keep going on Google and pulling up, oh, well, I don't remember how much bleach goes in, a 10-gallon container, because I can just extrapolate, even though it doesn't have 10-gallon listed. I'm like, okay, 5 gallons needs this much and a 20-gallon needs that much. So I split the difference and say, okay, 10 gallons is about this. That is the water for hygiene. It's the water for flushing toilets. Because usually, even if the power's out, you can still flush for a while anyway. Until like hurricanes back up the sewer, then you have a whole nother problem, because then you have shit everywhere, and that's terrible. But that's the water for cooking, cleaning, basic hygiene, brushing teeth, pot and solo cup showers, and flushing of potties, right? And that's going to be important if you have an extended outage, because coffee first. Wait, I couldn't see that. So guys, if I'm missing you in the chat, I'm getting sunlight from the side and it's reflecting on the screen, and so I'm seeing like every other word. So if I missed you, sorry. Hey Joy, hey Camo. But having that extra water, I don't have to dig into the drinking potable water for certain things like washing dishes if I need to clean something. And this is where a cast iron comes in handy, because you can wipe it down with a little bit of water, you can re-oil it, heat it to dry it, and then set it aside, and it's minimal water you need to use. Also, disposable paper plates, cups, they are all going to go on sale right after Thanksgiving and Christmas. So stock up on enough to get you through, say, a month or at least a few weeks of eating with disposable stuff. Now, on the one hand, you don't have to use water to clean it. Hey, Carolina. But on the flip side, you create more trash. So, but that's going to be my prep later today. As of right now, I'm headed to the gun show. We had 2 gun shows, 2 weekends in a row. The other one was smaller, and it was fun. There was good stuff there, but it was there were limited offerings because it was a smaller venue. This one's going to be done at the arena where they do the West Texas Rodeo. So it's going to be much bigger. There are probably about 150 tents in there. So if I just meander, because it's just me today, it'll probably be gone for 2 or 3 hours. Even with the wife, and she walks fast, she'll find shit, and she'll be like, ooh, and she starts playing with damn submachine guns and shit. And I'll lose her in there. And she's as bad as me. I've taken her to a gun show. I was looking for a sling. Like, what is a sling? A really high-end sling is $40, and a cheapy one is 10, 20. I'm looking for a sling. She comes walking out with a box. She's like, I bought an AR for myself. Oh, okay. You bought it. She bought a Diamondback, y'all. For those of you familiar with that platform, that's not a shabby gun. And she just walked away all proud of herself. She looked like a cat that killed a mouse and was walking off with it. And yeah, she went and took all my gun tools out and all the parts I have left are laying around in my spare bin. And she set it up herself. And then she said, do you have a scope? And I showed her the scope I had. I had an extra scope. And she's like, good, I need you to mount it and sight it in. I have to go to work. I'm like, I get to sight it in. So anyway, yeah, so she's as bad as I am. But I hope everyone... Diamondback is nice. And she got the one, Vision, Trent, she got the one that has the skeletonized front end all the way to the muzzle brake. So it doesn't end. You know how some of them, they end early and then you just have the barrel sticking out and it kind of looks ugly. It's not very aesthetic. It's functional, but not pretty. She got the nice one, and then she put the front end vertical grip because she's small. And if she tries to shoot it the way I do, she looks like, Polly Mae shooting Grandpa's musket in the 1800s, big ass long gun. So now she can tuck it and she can get a really good grip on it. And she was having a blast with that thing. So that's how you know your wife's a keeper, right? Like you go to the gun show looking for a stupid sling or an optic, and she comes out with a cannon, and you're like, okay, I didn't see that. Sure. But hey, Celtic Grandma, how are you? But anyway, for the winter preps, I'm gonna dump the water out. I do that every 6 months. Like I said, I laminated the ratio of water to clear bleach. For those of you who've never done that before, don't use scented bleach like the lemon scent or that no spill bleach that's kind of gooey. Don't use those. That will poison the shit out of someone. Use plain 6.5 or 8.5% chlorine bleach. And it really is not a lot because the 7-gallon container is, I think, a tablespoon. Something, and you give it a good shake, you get it in there, and all that does is prevent mold. You can drink it, and that's kind of my backup of my backup water. But in reality, I intend to use those for hygiene. Hey, Tennessee Tactical, how are you, man? Okay, so TT1, was it you? No, was it Rip? One of you guys put a beautiful video lately. Oh, no, it was Rip, 1911s. He has an assortment of customized 1911s that were gorgeous. I don't know why I thought it was your channel. You did something too in the last few weeks, but I can't remember what it was. Or I saw it in the last few weeks. Holy shit, there's a traffic jam at the gun show. Imagine that. In Texas. And, oh, that girl almost tripped on the curb. I always like coming to the gun shows because you see so many different people. Like, you look at some folks and you're like, man, I would never have pegged you for someone who likes to shoot. But no, there they go. There's a gun show here locally too. So we had one, like I said earlier in the video, we had one last week at another venue, but it was a much smaller, maybe 40 tables. This one's going to be about 200. So, or more. It's going to take me a couple hours to meander the whole thing. But yeah, if they let me in with my coffee, I'd be even happier. God, I'm parking way out here. Oh, that's fine. There's this big fella in this truck behind me, and he's just like looking for spots. He's like, what the hell? And he's driving a dually, so his choices are going to be really limited as to what he fits in out here. Oh, there's another dually. What's the dualies are on parade today? You know what it is? All those boys at the work sites are like, oh, I got a few hours off. I'm going to go to the gun show and be stupid. So, make sure I don't back into this poor guy. He has a nice truck, too. Yeah, so that's my goal today. Is later today I'm going to swap the water. Also, if you have an RO system or anything like that, like a filtration built into your house, because we have really hard water here. A lot of you may not have that problem. Make sure to check online or check your system regularly, and you can go online and order filters. There's some really good YouTube videos that I've seen, because Culligan, for instance, if you have an RO system, when we bought the house, it had the system already in it. Culligan will charge me $180 for the filters, and then another $150 for the membrane, what they call the membrane, which is really just a bougie filter. And so all in, it's like a $400 affair. And hey, and Sabiner, how are you? We say gun show. Actually, it's funny. One of the gun shows, they had a preacher do the prayer in the morning because it was a Sunday, and they brought a local pastor in. And when they opened, I guess they opened at 9, and then at 10, they made an announcement. Folks, we're going to have the Sunday prayer very briefly and a word from chaplain, whoever. And, he said, everyone bow your heads, take your hats off. And then, he said, we'll keep everyone safe. He did the prayer and the blessing. And then he did a quick, 2-minute sermon on the importance of vigilance and protecting the innocent and all that. And he says, y'all have a blessed day. I'm going to go shopping. And off went this pastor. And I thought that was cool as shit. Oh, happy birthday to your daughter, book club. That's awesome. Hey, Dietrich, what's going on? And I missed a few people in here. Sorry, the chat's flying by on me. Hey, GMA Miracle. Hello. Hey, Mrs. Metal. So that's the plan. I'm going to do my 6 months rotations. right? So the water is going to get dumped. I'm going to put fresh water in the containers, rinse them out, fresh water, a little bit of bleach to preserve it. That, again, is not my primary drinking water. It's for the flushing, hygiene, bath, washing of dishes, stuff like that. Anything I can't dispose of, like disposable stuff I have to wash, like a pot or a pan, I'll use that. Also, this weekend, I will pull any firearms I have not shot in the last 6 months, because I have a few in there I don't shoot often, and I'm going to give them a function check. Tear them down, clean, dry fire, reassemble the whole 9 yards, put them back up. And fam, have to make pasta. I'm out of here like Vladimir. Oh, right. Ooh, make pasta. Yum. So don't forget to do the seasonal things as well. If you're in a colder environment than I am, a lot of you live up north, you're going to start getting into those freezes at night. Double check your insulation, check your pipes, cover your well water if you have an external well that doesn't have a housing around it. And do it now, because what happens is like prepping, right? Oh, there's a freeze coming in, and that's when everyone runs to the store. Good. You look like you have a perfectly good fucking bucket. I have no idea what that is. My water, I add Himalayan pink salt. Okay, yeah, that's okay. And hold on, I lost the chat again. All right, I lost the chat. Shoot. But in any case, do the basic things. Also, check your fire extinguishers. A totally unappreciated prep. And swap the batteries in your smoke alarms if you haven't already done it this year. Those fire extinguishers, though, at least go and check them. Don't test spray them. My son did that. He's like, oh, I'll test it. And he made a mess because he was like 12 and he was stupid. Make sure it's in the green. Make sure it hasn't rusted. That the components are clean. The handle is sturdy. Because you don't want a fire and you pull the pin, you go to squeeze the handle and it breaks. Because now you're screwed, right? I actually have a fire extinguisher in the garage. I have one under the kitchen sink, and then I have one in the master bedroom. And the master bedroom fire extinguisher, a pan. Perfectly good fucking bucket. Oh, okay. No, wash the pan, not wash in a pan. I have a good bucket, yeah. Okay, I didn't understand the reference. I was like, I have a bucket. Yeah, I have buckets. Okay, that makes more sense now. Totally lost me there. Hey, J3, what's going on? Yes, and so Farmer, I realized I had pulled my truck fire extinguisher, and I don't know if it's in here right now. So that may be a stop at Walmart on the way home and get a fire extinguisher for the truck as well. I should have one. My wife has one. I don't know if I may have given her mine and forgot my own. So, but check the fire extinguishers in your house. And I told someone once, yeah, I keep a fire extinguisher in the master bedroom. And of course the jokes were like, well, you and your wife get on fire. And I'm like, no. At the time I had the kids at home. I said, well, my kids are upstairs. I'm on the master's downstairs. If there is a fire and I have to go to my kids, I'm going to try and go through that fire. But if I have a fire extinguisher, that would make my life a lot easier so I can get to the kids and get them out. And he goes, son of a bitch, I never thought of that. I'm like, yeah, we don't normally until it happens. Because otherwise I'm going to have to run across the house to the kitchen or the garage and then come back. And I'm losing 5 minutes doing that, right? So the fire blanket's a good idea. I really need to get at least one of those in the kitchen as well. And make sure you have a fire extinguisher like an ABC that will handle multiple types of fires. You don't want to use like an A extinguisher, which is for wood and paper, and spray it on an oil fire, because all you're going to do is spread the oil, and now you've basically made napalm in your own kitchen, and you're going to burn your house down. So make sure you have the right fire extinguisher in your rooms. Fire blankets, another one. If you have a smoke mask, there's a lot of folks use that. That's great. If you have a mirror safety mask, those will be more than sufficient. That's probably overkill. But, do those 6 months checks. Make sure, you swap your water, check the batteries, fire extinguishers. If you got to winterize your vehicles, do it now before everyone else thinks about it. And that way, those little things are what bite us, right? You're like, oh, I got my preps. You get in, you turn the car on, but you didn't put the right oil in the cold weather. And now your car's froze up. Now you're screwed because you didn't think of it, because you take for granted it's going to get done on normal time. So in any case, folks, I'm going to New Madrid fault line getting a lot of attention. Oh, really? I know a lot of geophysicists and geologists in my business. I might have to go bug them and ask them. Yes, windshield washer fluid, absolutely unrated as well. But underrated, rather, not unrated, underrated. So anyway, folks, I'm going to go get into this gun show before the next crowd of people comes in right after lunch. And I'm going to see what mischief I can find. So if I see anything cool, if I can interview some of my friends here and I don't get busted by YouTube, I might try to set one of those videos. You guys be good and be safe out there. And don't forget, remember, prepping, a lot of it is day-to-day stuff, right? You're way more likely to use your first aid kit on somebody who fell off a ladder than you are in a zombie apocalypse, right? It's just common sense. Made it use my husband with guy got rid of a stack of buckets. He was yelling at me about perfectly good fucking man when them neighbor. Oh God. And definitely. Oh, shakes her bed. Okay. Well, y'all be good, be safe, and I'll see y'all later on. You guys be careful. Johnny, I'll post 30 carbine pricing if I see it. I'm sure it'll be here. They've been really expensive. Check Ohio Ordnance. They manufacture new manufacturer M1 carbines, and they might have a link for ammo. But anyway, you guys be good. Be safe out there.